The NBA, and let's bring in Adrian Wojnarowski, our NBA insider. Woj, what can you tell us about a historic deal involving Luka?
Luka Doncic has agreed to sign that 5-year, $207 million supermax contract, Kevin. That'll include a player option on the last year. This is a landmark deal for Luka Doncic, his agent Bill Duffy from BDA Sports. This is the first rookie eligible signing the supermax who's already eligible. He's already fulfilled the criteria to get that full $207 million because he's been named All-NBA twice. He will sign that deal tomorrow. I'm told they'll have a press conference in Slovenia, but Mark Cuban, Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, this entire Dallas contingent is in Slovenia. They flew in to present it to him, and now Bill Duffy tells me that Luka will sign this deal tomorrow, and now really the future face of the NBA, a player everybody expects to win multiple MVPs, perhaps even championships, is now locked up in Dallas on his 5-year, $207 million deal.
You mentioned the Mavericks brass, too. Some new names, of course, a new head coach and Jason Kidd. What kind of a priority was this for the Mavs, especially after their longtime GM and their longtime head coach were both out after the season?
Kevin, priority number 1, 2, 3, 4. This was it. And I think they certainly had confidence, that Luka wanted to sign the deal, that he's committed in Dallas. There's a lot more to be done. They've gotten to the playoffs twice. He's had some historic performances in the postseason in these two series with the Clippers. But they're trying to put more pieces around him, get Kristaps Porzingis back playing at a high level. They re-signed Tim Hardaway formally today. But Luka Doncic, listen, this is not just an organization that's building itself around Luka Doncic. This is a league that is going to largely be built around his star power.
Once again, our breaking news, Luka Doncic signing a supermax deal, a historic deal around the NBA. Woj is coming back later on SportsCenter with much more on the league investigation on.
It's rolling on at Summer League. The games are going on right behind us. We have the best seats in the house, which means you've got the best seats in the house. And we're joined now by ESPN NBA draft analyst Mike Schmitz. First of all, congrats to Mike, who just got engaged since we saw him last at the draft.
My boy Mike.
And of course, the man doesn't just stop working. He is right back here at Summer League. So who are you most interested seeing in action today?
It's got to be Jonathan Kuminga for the Golden State Warriors, the 7th overall pick. There's been so much talk about, okay, can a guy like that help them, right? 19 years old, they're on a different timeline. I think he can, okay? He's 6'8", 220 pounds, 7'1" wingspan. You saw him at the California Classic. He had 18 points. He's physical. He's aggressive. He can defend. And by the way, he averaged 16 points a game in the G League bubble against guys that you're going to see out here. So, Perk, I know you don't like this comparison, but if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm sitting down with him and showing him Jaylen Brown film from Jaylen Brown's rookie year. And I'm saying defend and make open threes, and you'll have a role here early on, and then we'll develop you into a star potential.
I actually love that comparison, Mike. And you know what? I like Kuminga. I didn't know too much about him until you put me on game. But I'm going with Davion Mitchell. I'm actually coming back to watch him play tonight. You know why? Because look, everybody talk about his defense, and rightfully so. But he has shown us in the summer league that he could get buckets. And I think when you look at the makeup of the Sacramento team, you look at De'Aaron Fox, you look at Halliburton. Now you add Davion Mitchell into there, and then now it's the deciding factor of whether or not you want to keep Buddy Hield. Not saying that they play the same position or they the same type of player, but if you got a three like that, a young core with Fox, Halliburton, and Davion Mitchell, watch out.
It's tough. We haven't even gotten to the number 1 overall pick yet. He plays on Tuesday. That's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern. Headline game on ESPN. Pistons at Summer League. They're going to face off against Jalen Green and the Rockets, who've been given plenty of shine to on this show. So, Mike, number 1 against number 2. What can we expect to see when these guys match up?
it's going to be a dogfight, okay? Because these guys, I think the word is maybe like frenemies,
okay,
right? Because when you're a young, highly touted prospect, Perk, you know this, and someone gets ranked ahead of you, you remember that.
Sure.
And those guys have been jockeying for that #1 spot most of their high school career. So when I spent time around Jalen Green before the bubble, throughout the pre-draft process, I was kind of poking around being like, hey, are you sick of us talking about Cade Cunningham as like the clear-cut guy? And dead in the face, absolutely. Like, I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
People are making a mistake. We sat down for an interview.
No.
He said, I should be going number 1. And I said, did you tell the Detroit Pistons that? And he goes, yes, I did.
Well, I'll be there. I tell you what, look, Jalen Green is a hooper. Cade Cunningham is a basketball player, and I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, there it is.
I think it should be great, right? I mean, just great contest. And this is what's so fun about Summer League. To dive a little bit more into Kevin Durant, you know who he is. He's Kevin Durant. The man has told you himself. We've got Kirk Goldsberry here with us. And Kirk had to hear me say all through these Olympic Games, every time we would have a discussion, I would end it with, okay, but I'm not worried because they have Kevin Durant. And in the end, they had Kevin Durant. That is what made the difference. And after the win, you said that you thought that KD had, quote, claimed the title of the best American men's basketball player in an Olympic competition. So why is he deserving that crown for you?
I would say best men's player in Olympics history. He's one of 2 guys with 3 Olympic gold medals, Carmelo being the other one.
Yep.
All due respect to Carmelo. But what he's done over the last 3 Olympics, Rachel, is be the leading scorer in each of the 3, starting as a 23-year-old in 2012 on a team that was stacked with Kobe, with LeBron
right.
and Chris Paul, and the 23-year-old goes out and breaks the American record for most points in an Olympic tournament and scores 30 in a tight gold medal game against Spain. Repeats that in 2016 on a lesser stacked team to win the gold in Rio. And then what we've seen recently is this guy's become like the sage leader that Kobe was for that 2012 team. And now he's the guy that the younger guys are looking up to and are confident in, like you said, that he has the ball, we're going to win if KD is out there.
Everything Kirk just said. I mean, look, Rachel, here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, Kirk. We look at KD resume, and it's longer than a what, Rachel? It's longer than a what?
I can't do your expression.
It's not a holiday weekend. It's the Starbucks line.
All
because
right.
for the simple fact, when you look at what
I'm not going to try a Perkism.
No, but I wanted you to try at one point. But look, here's the thing about KD, and here's the thing why this was so special, right? We all had our concerns about Team USA when they started, right? Because, you know, they were moving the ball, they were playing within a quote-unquote system. And all of a sudden, we saw KD say, you know what, let me just take this over. And he did it in great fashion. He took over the Olympics. That's what happened to Team USA. Right. It wasn't no master plan. It wasn't defensive schemes. It was Kevin Durant. And by the way, Wendy, I'm very disappointed in you because in your piece, you should have said Rachel Nichols had been saying Team USA got Kevin Durant.
Well, look, I love, too, the fact that the guys were so excited, and Kevin Durant himself was so excited. You heard Brian say in that piece that some people were surprised that he decided to commit to play for the Olympics after such a long and grueling season.
Really?
And look, the idea that all of these guys understand winning a title, winning an NBA championship, it's incredible. It's still the #1 goal for every player on that court. But let's not pretend it's the only thing. And the joy that they all had, the joy that KD has obviously had, being in these Olympic Games has been so much fun to see. All right, I'm going to try a Perkism. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. You need to stick with the jump like old people